At Clearwater University, the administration building was a towering monument to secrecy. Its Gothic spires pierced the sky like accusing fingers, its stained glass windows casting strange shadows across the quad. For decades, rumors had clung to the building like ivy, whispers of a sealed-off basement, hidden staircases, and strange sounds that echoed through the walls late at night. Most dismissed the stories as exaggerations, campfire fodder for bored students. But there were always those who swore they were true. When 3 students went missing in the span of 2 weeks, the air on campus shifted. Whispers turned to warnings. Fear spread like wildfire. Their disappearances shared an unsettling pattern. Each student was last seen near the administration building, walking alone under the flicker of dying streetlights. Search parties combed the campus, but no trace was found. Flyers with smiling faces papered the walls, but the smiles now seemed mocking, cruel reminders of those who were no longer there. Among the missing was Rachel, a bright and ambitious journalism major. Her disappearance struck a raw nerve for Liam, her boyfriend who had always admired her fearlessness. Grief soon twisted into determination. Liam was convinced the university wasn't being truthful. The administration was too calm, too dismissive, and the dean, with his hollow eyes and evasive responses, seemed to know far more than he let on. Driven by a gnawing sense of injustice, Liam decided to act. He pored over old campus blueprints he found in the archives and discovered what the rumors had always claimed: a basement beneath the administration building, sealed off for decades. His instincts told him this was where the truth lay buried. Late one moonless night, armed with nothing but a flashlight and a crowbar, Liam made his way into the administration building. Ava, his best friend and reluctant accomplice, followed him despite her better judgment. Ava believed in logic, in science, but even she couldn't ignore the creeping dread that seemed to emanate from the building. Inside, the air was heavy, almost suffocating. The halls were eerily silent, their footsteps swallowed by the darkness. It didn't take long to find the door. Hidden behind a disused supply closet, it was ancient, its wood warped and splintered. A rusted padlock hung from its handle, a guardian that hadn't been disturbed in decades. Liam smashed the lock, the sound unnaturally loud in the stillness. The door groaned open, revealing a spiral staircase descending into darkness. The smell hit them first, damp earth and something metallic, something wrong. The air grew colder with every step they took, the flashlight beams flickering as if resisting the descent. At the bottom, the staircase opened into a long corridor. The walls were lined with cells, their bars streaked with rust and deep scratches. Strange symbols were scrawled across the walls, their meanings lost to time, but their intent unmistakably sinister. It was in the last cell that they found Rachel, or what was left of her. Her lifeless body was contorted, her face frozen in a grotesque mask of terror. The sight sent Ava stumbling backward, bile rising in her throat. Liam knelt beside Rachel, his grief so raw it seemed to reverberate off the walls. Then came the sound, a low growl, guttural and inhuman, echoed from the shadows. Liam's flashlight swung wildly, catching a glimpse of something moving, something impossibly fast. The creature emerged slowly, its misshapen body barely fitting through the cell door. Its limbs were elongated, its skin pale and stretched taut over jagged bones. Its face, though grotesquely distorted, held a cruel semblance of humanity. The thing stepped closer, claws scraping against the stone floor, its glowing eyes locked on Liam. And then, something strange happened. It stopped. It tilted its head as if in recognition. Before Liam could process what he was seeing, the silence shattered. From the far end of the corridor, a door creaked open, and a figure emerged. It was Dean Harrington. His face was pale, his expression one of deep, unrelenting sorrow. He looked not at Liam or Ava, but at the creature, his shoulders slumping as if under a weight too great to bear. Harrington's son. That's what the creature was. though the words felt absurd even as the truth unraveled. Decades ago, the dean's wife had died giving birth to their child, a child born so deformed, so far from human, that he was kept hidden from the world. The basement became his prison, his sanctuary, and his feeding ground. For years, Harrington had kept his son alive, feeding him scraps, keeping him hidden. But the creature had grown, both in size and in hunger. The missing students were not accidents. They were victims of a beast that could no longer be contained. Yet Harrington's love for his son remained, twisted and desperate. He spoke of his son as though he were still a child, a being deserving of pity rather than horror. Liam felt sick. His grief for Rachel clashed with the haunting realization of what Harrington had endured. But pity couldn't outweigh the horror of what had been done, of what continued to happen beneath the university. The creature, as if understanding the weight of the moment, backed into the shadows. Its glowing eyes lingered on Liam, a silent plea, or perhaps a warning. Liam and Ava left the basement that night, their souls heavier than when they had entered. They sealed the door behind them, but the knowledge of what lay beneath would never leave. Liam could never forget Rachel's face, nor the creature's mournful gaze. And though the disappearances stopped, Liam knew the hunger below still simmered. It was only a matter of time before the beast stirred again.